Breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
You are listening to the Glitterbois.
Francois, it's Glitterbois.
What? Fine. You are listening to the Glitterbois.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to try something a little new. As you may know, Kevin Siembieda is a writer. He's a prolific writer. All you have to do is look at the stack of Palladium books to know that. What you may not know is that all the time, weekly, he sends out this long missive about the state of Palladium. And today we're going to go through that.
Yeah, I've been subscribed to the mailing list. Unfortunately, not that long. I think I signed up for it shortly after COVID started, when I started buying a shitload of Palladium books to build my catalog. And I was like, I wonder if they've got a mailing list. Kevin's old school. He probably still does a mailing list. And boy, howdy does he. Oh, wow. Yeah. And before we even go into it, this is something that you yourself can sign up for. Just go to palladiumbooks.com. Mailing list is there. Or if you ever purchase anything from them, if you ever buy any of their products directly from them, which you should, it helps them out, and they sign it for you. And they're also very honest about how shipping works. I appreciate that. But if you go and buy anything or sign up, you'll be getting these emails weekly from Kevin. They're pretty cool.
I like them. They're not just sales blurbs. Like, he goes into the whys of everything, and, challenges with printing and challenges with making miniatures and challenges of the weather and plague, and just basically everything that they're facing is something he's very upfront about, which is refreshing from a company.
It's pretty awesome. And it's also really, really long. It's a massive tome of an email every time. Anyway, we're going to dive into it this time. This is probably not something we will do on the regular, but I feel that the last emails that I've been getting are actually really freaking cool, to the point that we can turn this into an announcement for the show, because we're buying into this and we hope you do too.
Yeah.
So top of the list.
When big things happen, we should do one.
Agreed.
And this one qualifies.
I think so. They're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Rifts, and doing so with a commemorative hardcover print of the original Rifts RPG. It's got the original cover, but in a glossy hardcover now. It's going to be a nice, thick, handy tome. If any of you have the hardback, like gold edition of that, I imagine it's going to be like the same thickness and weight, but they're going with the shiny cover this time, sticking with the original art, and I really like that.
Yeah, there are some new stuff. Basically, there was even threatened swimsuit stuff from the staff. But
if you listen to us for a while, dear listener, we're going through the Rifters. We will eventually get to the swimsuit issue, the first of, I think there are 3, and we'll do them all. And trust me, there are some sites in there that you cannot unsee. And I guess we'll get to include them in the Rifts book for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I am actually really excited by the re-release. I don't know how many times I read the original Rifts book. It was the only book of Rifts I had. The rest was Robotech and some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But, I mean, there are so many fond junior high, beginning of high school memories tied up in that book, and I'm really excited to get it again.
There's a lot of good stuff in there. The Ultimate Edition changed some things about the mechanics, which I personally like better. However, it lost a lot of the feel of the first book. That first book, the art, the spot art, like that gritty black and white line art of the fucking woman, grunge woman with a halter top with like a wrench or a gun over her shoulder, and the Northern Gun Sky King. And I don't remember the name of that artist particularly, but he helped define my vision of Rifts. I know Kevin Long's art is amazing. Wayne Bro's art, they are iconic. But that black and white line art, it's just defined Rifts. Like Shadowrun, 2nd edition, all of the black and white line art just burned into my brain the image of what Shadowrun should be. Same time I was getting into Rifts, that line art, just amazing. And I miss it. I miss it dearly from the Ultimate Edition.
I want to hold a copy in my hand again.
Not only are they releasing the Rifts Anniversary Edition, they are also taking this opportunity to do the same thing with all of their other product lines.
Right? The Palladium Fantasy Second Ed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful cover. I've never seen it. It's very Elric-y.
Oh, yeah. I love the Second Ed art. I mean, I love the First Ed art more, but very specifically the classic red on black image of that first one getting burned in my soul. But the Second Ed is pretty solid, and it does have that Elric feel to it.
Then there's minis coming out, too. These are interesting. I think that they're all resin, which means they're printed. So hopefully, he goes into this in some detail. There's like the CS Fire Breather one just looks like the STL file, not an actual picture of the mini. But I mean, you're getting all that dropping. There's Glitterbois. There's a juicer. There's some CS stuff. There's another Glitterboy and Pilot. We should get that for Monty.
The Glitterboy specifically, at least the one here in the email, that I understand was a remnant from the failed board game.
Yeah.
And the only reason I think the board game failed was because the guy who started it, this was not run by Palladium Books. I'm pretty sure it was made by a fan, but he got harassed so bad by angry people from the Robotech Tactics Kickstarter that he just canceled the project so he wouldn't have to deal with it. So it just never happened. Again, lorists will correct me, but that's the story that I heard of why it failed.
Yeah, that's just sad. I mean, I understand that one would be upset, but for the breadth of the world of Palladium to have that failure, it shit happens. Get over it. Yep.
Mismanaged project. It happens.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we have to hate the rest of it. And that's a beautiful fucking mini.
And honestly, it's burned so deep into my geeky heart that there's nothing they could do short of eating orphans on live television. That would make me angry with the company.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that never happens. You know, I think as long as he just keeps at the same pace, doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just stick with it, Kevin. We get your back.
Absolutely. There are also some stuff that's back in stock. The Villains Unlimited. The Rift's Black Market is an interesting book. I've never seen that one before.
What's fun is that's a previous book. It's from 10 or more years ago. And I ordered it on eBay. I got delivered the wrong book and the person refunded my money. And this was like a month or more ago. And just 3 days ago, it magically appeared in my mailbox. I guess they sent it as a consolation or something, or like, sorry. Anyway, I have this. Don't hate us. But it just magically appeared in my mailbox. So I have a brand new.
So it was the one you got for free.
Yeah. The one that I got for free was the Chi-Town Burbs Black Vault. Something like that. The Black Vault source book.
Oh, I could see why. Yeah.
Yeah. One word was similar.
Yeah. Ixtic. Duty's Edge. Now, these are novels. I had no idea that Palladium did novels as well.
They have done at least 3 that I know of. 4, actually.
There's a whole list under that.
Yeah, I've got the first one. I've got Sonic Boom. It's not bad. It's badly edited, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The version that was sent to print was, I think it was like a restored backup copy of a previously edited version, so it was missing a lot of in-place edits. It's not impossible to read, but there are some confusing spots where names are straight up omitted. Like there's a apostrophe S, and you're like, someone is saying something here or whatnot. And it's really strange, but the rest of the story is actually intact. I've got the second book. I'm reading it now. It's much better edited. And the third one I haven't even touched, but Duty's Edge is brand new. And the author did a sort of Ask Me Anything on the Palladium Rifts Reddit last month.
Nice. I just had a thought, and that was Palladium has never suffered from a lack of imagination or a lack of work ethic. I think what they've suffered from is a lack of bringing up to speed with the modern way of doing things. Like sending out the wrong copy and having that printed out, that's something I could see. Or mismanaging, like Robotech, because that's a fairly new venue. They've never lacked for the stick-to-itiveness or willpower or pure creative muscle.
This is an unfortunate side effect or consequence or whatever of having that one creative vision that you love so much. And I think it's also pretty cool too. It shapes a universe in ways that are otherwise not going to happen. But when there's also that one creative vision that is unchecked by anything else, there's going to be a lot more goofs and failures.
Yeah, one person can only do so much, I suppose.
Yeah. And that's a shame. I wish that the Robotech Tactics Kickstarter had done better. Those minis were cool.
Yeah, you and me too. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this, up to and including swag. There's some mugs and talks about the Ultimate Edition. Garden of the Gods looks interesting for the Palladium role-playing game. Yeah. I'm not allowed to read that, though. Yeah. I think specifically due to a game we're in.
I think from this point forward through the email, it's just like, hey, this book that we've done is back in print. Garden of the Gods is actually pretty fucking cool. A lot of Palladium world lore in that book.
Yeah.
Just brimming with it. And I love the lore of the Palladium world.
This had something which I'm very interested in. And as soon as I have some spare money, I'm going to splurge horribly. Palladium collectibles, negatives, artworks, and other collectibles and toys are always available in Kevin's online toy and collectible eBay store. One of the few places where you can find original artwork by Chuck Walton, Kevin Long, which is what I'm there for, and others. If I can find an original Kevin Long Veritech, I am going to frame it in matted in gold.
My suspicion is that any of the Veritech stuff has long since been acquired, but we can take a look. And dear listener, if you have an insight into this, Matthew very much wants to know.
Please, I'll mention you on air.
Yeah.
as my patron saint and deity and sacrifice one chipmunk. Not really. I like chipmunks.
I do too. Yeah. Anyway, the rest of the email is just the classic stuff. There's this huge dump of this book you can get and this thing's back in print and whatnot. I must say, I have purchased a lot of Palladium swag. I have pins. I have bookmarks. I have mugs. I don't really have t-shirts. I don't wear a lot of logo t-shirts. Just a weird thing. I don't like logo shirts, but I would buy them if they made for a good frameable t-shirt.
Yeah. Anyway, I suppose long story short, oh God, there's a link. Hold on. Never away. Going to the eBay store.
Well, while Matthew is diving through the eBay store, I wanted to take this opportunity to mention that I have pre-ordered multiple of these books, the hardback copies, that is. And it's worth noting that, as the email says, these are not limited editions. They're simply special editions. So apparently they're going to stay in print. But I'm ordering a few of them, and I'm thinking it would be cool for us to do some giveaways. Haven't quite worked out the details of that, but maybe we could come up with a hashtag or something, see whoever gets the most retweets or whatever the bullshit social media thing that the kids are doing today is, or something. Send us your favorite comments or draw fan art of Matthew or something like that.
You don't do that.
We'll figure it out, but we're going to have some giveaways. Actually, I've got another giveaway that I will announce later that I've been planning for weeks now, and I'm excited about, but anyway, I'm rambling. Ain't really got much more to say about this email.
Beyond, check it out for yourself. It's a unvarnished look into the inner workings of Palladium, and that's always been interesting to me.
Yeah, and if you really want the hookup on whenever they have their sales, or whenever they announce their grab bags, or whenever they mention that something that's coming out in one of the online digital bundles of holding, sign up for the email, because he talks about all that stuff, and it's great.
So there's something on this eBay page called the Necronomicon Lovecraftian Cookbook.
I don't
All
really
right,
know
I'll
if I
stop.
want to eat Lovecraftian food.
I absolutely wish to consume elder gods.
Oh, and of course, as always, coming soon, Mechanoid Space. Any last words, Matthew?
None. But get over to his eBay page. There are so many toys. I had no idea.
All right, that's all we got.
All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons Zero license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterboys. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.